Good to meet
you. Excellent. Dr. Chizoba, wonderful.
Dr. Amos, good morning. Good
Charlotte, you are
afternoon.
doing a wonderful job. Charlotte, keep on doing it for us.
Okay, she's out already.
Okay. All right. So here we are, and it's good that we have all met here today. Congratulations to all of us. Today is the most exciting day that we are going to have, and for the programming that we have done so well, Tapida has already set up the platform for us to begin to showcase what the Nigerian team is made of. And we are 4 on this panel now, and I believe that hopefully that we are going to give out the best to the conference. And with the cap that Tafida gave us at the beginning of the plenary, that brief is enough first setting, so we can now work around that we are looking forward to our scholars that will have to share their screen, that whatever project that they want to present, so that we can talk to that. So you are most welcome. Dr. Musa, Emmanuel Musa, nice that you are here. Felicia Oluwafemi, greetings, and God bless you for having time to be here with us at this time. Just about we have already greeted, I don't need to greet you anymore. Happy New Year. Thank you so much and welcome to all of us out there. I've seen so many participants out there joining us, and it's a good thing to have you around. Your sustained passion and interest in what we are doing is the engine to drive the process. And hopefully, after this, we will be better off tapping into the great ideas, global ideas for immunization improvement in the country. Thank you and welcome. So can we call on a volunteer right now to give us, to share the project that we can take off from? Thank you. Or do I pick on a panelist?
Yes, sir. Is it possible we just give a brief background on our involvement at the country team, because actually we don't have a format of presentation for now. You know, we were just called and abruptly, so we came in.
Very
I just
important.
Yes, sir. Possibly just give us a background of how the organizing committee, so that for now we are having almost 105 participants on our Nigerian team, which is actually a very good, remarkable number. And I'm sure they are listening and they're here. And probably when you give a background, then we give. Then we can be able to give questions, and let's have questions, and from all participants and audience we can be tracking those questions through the group chat. I'm sure, so that you can start. That if there's anything choose about, then Felicia, and probably there's anything now other. That's just how we should just go until when Tefida comes on. Then we can now go ahead and then continue the session. Thank you, sir.
You have done very well. That is the way to go. And just as I've said, that brief that was given in the plenary by Dr. Tafida was good enough. So, Emmanuel Musa, I've also seen Paleto that has joined the panel. Welcome, Paleto. We appreciate you. And Emmanuel Musa, I think you should give us that lowdown. Let us have a brief on the scholar activity in Nigeria. 2 minutes. Thank you.
Good evening, colleagues. It's actually been coming in to join this panelist at the last minute. And obviously, being a scholar, I wouldn't like 1 or 2 things to say, because we're all into the immunization system and the circle, and we're into the COVID introduction in our country. One, the whole Geneva learning activity started way back. You know, that's probably when I joined in 2008 and 18 and 2019. That's when we had the Teach to Reach activity. That's level 1. And then along the line, you know, we had other cohorts and other activities. I saw a question from someone, Mogaji, if he's listening, he was actually asking how can he join. It's actually free for all professionals, and any other of like minds who actually have good intention on how to move immunization and other health activities forward. It's free for you to join. So the Geneva Lining actually Foundation brought in those. The concept was for those 282 scholars who did Reach, but then along the line there were a lot of sports on trying to look at must really be those that had actually been there. If you are not being a scholar, won't you be part of it? So the door was open to other scholars who were successful. I mean, who felt they wanted to show their interest to participate as part of the Geneva Lining. You want to give, because just like what we have had, what Reda had said, these are things that we started all. Is a movement that we all started freely doing, giving ourselves, giving our time, giving our energy, giving our all resources to participate in the Geneva Lining. And then somehow, apart from that, the country teams were organized. It was free. And then we all sat, and I'm sure Dr. Iwad, you were there. We all sat down, we now agreed who should be it was open. But even then we had a lot of discussions with others. There were others, but we said, look, this is another new one. So I'm trying to give a general concept of how we came up as a Nigerian team. So along the line,
thank you.
Yes, sir. So along the line, we now we had to now we say appoint or select. We selected one as a Nigerian team, which is Dr. Barka Mama, Tafida Mama, and then one which is Imalo Obasi as the COVID-19 focal lead. So these are two things, because he is specifically for COVID-19. Then Dr. Barka is actually the Nigerian team lead for Geneva Lining Foundation. Now, how did Dr. Iwad became in? He became in as a leader, as the organizing committee for this conference. So it's not taking the organizing committee are not coming in to take over the activities of the Geneva Lining from Dr. Mama, but we are all coming together to support each other. And even while you are working at the national or international level, or at the regional or at the district level, or at the health facility level, you are all part of us. You are all invited, so that let's come out and then put our heads together and see how we can move the Nigerian team together. Now, just like if you look at the presentation of Dr. Mama, we had almost 1,117 participants who actually showed keen interest to be part of the Geneva Lining Foundation. But along the line, when we meet, sometimes those that had came into the Telegram because they have showed interest to be part of us, they have just around barely up to 400 participants in the Telegram group. And then among those that we normally do on weekly meetings, we don't equally exceed up to 50 or 60 participants. So which is actually telling us that we have a very low, participants or scholars coming in, so that we buttress and make sure that we move the Geneva Lining and then the routine immunization activities together. So my only plea and plea, sorry, I may come in as question keeps coming up. It's just that I will give a general concept that your whatever role you are doing, please help and let's see. We could see presentations from other countries. We've seen how they've presented, and then we could see how we are qualified. So it's left for us now to look at how far have we done? What are our challenges? How do we team? You have your own interest. You want to move the Geneva Lining, the routine immunization forward. We want to see how we can do well and see how we can support the COVID pandemic in our country. What are you giving as a member of the Nigerian team? Thank you. I may not take the whole stage. Dr. Iwad, please, over to you, sir.
The Bible is giving us the structure and the workings of the scholar team in Nigeria. Wonderful job. You have done excellently well. But to add that you can see what is happening in other countries is that hello, can you hear me? I'm audible.
Yeah, I just want to chip in something, please.
Okay, I know.
Yeah. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, Felicia.
This is not I know. I just want to talk about. I just want to talk that just to corroborate what Dr. said, selection of the leader is without biases. It's not about the government alone. Even CSOs are there. That's why Anu is the deputy to Dr. Ewart. So CSOs are involved, private organizations are part of it, and it's a unanimous selection. Thank you.
Letting leaders with great ideas, tapping from global jobs that we are doing well. And the important thing is this, just as I was saying, Felicia, about the foundations, and we are all together and working very well. The other countries had their national immunization officers who are in the planning and coordination join into the foundation. But in Nigeria, please, Abdul, thank you so much. Abdul, mute yourself. Thank you. So, but in this country, we are still making efforts to break into the national planning and coordination team, so that our ideas would flow, appropriately. So, having said that, this is an opening. This is a very good avenue that we are going to showcase to leaders that are here with us. I'm happy to note that many of our national team members are here, and we also have some people who are undergoing residency in the University of ABU, public health and trainees that they are also here. And with this, our base is already expanding. I believe that after this conference, we are going to activate appropriately that discussion with the national team, so that the FPSCDA and the EOC responding to COVID-19 in the country would tap into this and let us play an advisory role appropriately. I'm happy that there's a slowdown. Not that I'm very happy, but just to say that the slowing down in the introduction of the 1,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines in the country is being delayed now. So we are expecting 10 million doses to come in due course, probably by March. And that is going to give us time to interface appropriately and get things off the ground and make sure that our ideas count. So having said that, and believing that we are all on the same page, I will want to invite, because we don't have much time left now, there should be one of us that will want to share experience, a project, so that we can talk to that. I don't choose about, will you want to do that? Then that may be for 3 minutes, then we can call on Felicia to also give us 3 minutes. And thank you so much. Felicia, Chizoba, you have the floor. Chizoba, you can unmute yourself. You have screen to share, then you can do that quickly. Thank
you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ewart. My session is actually after this one. I hope all of you can join. It's the session called Momentum. It's going to start in the next 15 minutes. So I have to jump off before then. I have to jump off in the next 5 minutes.
Thank you for your time. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. So I just want to encourage our team members here that we should continue to work together. We should continue to bring up those ideas. I see there are a number of team members who are also on the national program. So I'm hoping that they will serve as our conduit for the ideas that are generated here to make it to the national level, because that's the way we will really have impact, if we're able to take our ideas, take it to the national level, and then let it cascade. But you guys are doing a great job, and I want to really encourage you to continue. I'm proud of you, and if we have announcements or projects that could be beneficial, we will definitely pass them your way through Dr. Ewart. So thank you very much, and God bless.
That was right on time. You're giving you 3 minutes, but you are giving us 1 minute out of that. Thank you so much. So Felicia, I will want you to unmute yourself and let's hear from you. Thank you, Felicia. You have the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much. I thank you for this opportunity. This issue, like yesterday, about involvement, sex. I want us all to every state have this set, and there was the itinerant population. I work for that leader, let me call him community leader, very influential person. Yeah. Identify the youth. Let me and there was proud of on his own information, I mean, invitation, the traditional leader invitation, and they were all represented. Then they cast and they put an end to I think we can just for body put them into they are our brothers, put them into view, and then address the issue of their brothers. Thank you, and over.
Thank you, Felicia. Wonderful.
Over to Dr. Ewart.
Thank you, Felicia. Wonderful lesson that you have drawn the Emmanuel Musa, Chizoba, that we are moving forward. Yes, we are introducing the COVID vaccine very soon, and we still know that we eradicated polio, while polio virus, we still pockets. We don't even say pockets, there were even some areas with so huge numbers of unimmunized children. We had issues of 51% dropout rates, you know, in some communities, in some wards. So, but yet we have achieved documentation, and we still have to maintain our surveillance, and we still have to be there to engage people further and address the issues of hesitancy. So what are we doing now? Are we looking at the people that are vibrant and passionate, who are going to hook up with us? Why not address those ones first? Engage them more, mobilize them. Let them come to our side, that we can use the community leaders, religious leaders that are compliant, who are willing to be with us. Then from there, at the first initial stage, from there we can expand and then reach others that are hesitating to accept our vaccination. Thank you so much, Felicia. I think we are building on something. I will welcome Abdul Allah Mayweather. Thank you so much for coming in. Palazzo, will you want to give us a word as a panelist? Because you have been around for a while, and it's just good enough that I give you the time to unmute yourself and give us your happy. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I think today is Nigeria Country Scholar Day. So the floor is yours, and other colleagues from Nigeria would like to hearing from you what you have achieved. I think the time is for you. But one thing I want to say to all the participants is that Nigeria was the first country to implement the Scholar Country Group. And you inspire the Geneva Learning Foundation and other countries to move toward the creation of this group. So thank you for that. And today you are very, very doing well with the NERIC, with all the other partners involved in the immunization and vaccination in your country. So thank you very much for you. And yeah, I will let you share all these steps and so talk. The floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Wonderful encouragement to our team, and I wish you best too, because you have been a wonderful editor. God bless you. And we are 8 panelists right now, and I've seen Daniel Aruna, WHO, working FCT has joined us. And I would like, Aruna, you may want to unmute yourself, and then you have the floor, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Ewart. Thank you, my colleagues from Nigeria. It has really been great. What really we're trying to do now is, you know, just like what you have said earlier, sir, that before the vaccine comes, what we're trying to do now is to get the community sensitized. Actually, now is by going to the community, making them to understand that the second wave is there and is more serious than the initial one we had. So we still need to use our non-pharmaceutical agents. We need to use our face masks, our social distancing, and the washing of our hands or using of the sanitizer. And I think that's what we really need to do now, because that's just our big strength now before the coming of the vaccines. You could hear now what have told us. It's going to take like in the next, maybe end of the first quarter, we'll get into the second quarter. So for now, that's what I, as a person, I'm engaging myself to do. Get the community organize themselves, discuss with them, religious leaders, letting them understand where we are now and the seriousness of the business of the bee. Because the time has changed and we need to change our behaviors. We need to really take the COVID-19 pandemic as a serious business, and we need to get our people protected before the vaccines comes. And then that will be the time that we'll now start saying, are we really going to face the hesitancy issue, or are people really going to come out in order to protect themselves using the vaccine? And I think that's what our mindset should go towards now, just like what Dr. Iwad has said and others have commented based on other experience we had previously, like the polio and other diseases. And I think that's where I want to put my little comments, sir. Thank you, I'm over.
Sorry, like the time is flying and we are just getting short of time, but we are going to still allow these panelists to remain. But anybody, we still have 2 more panelists that can join us, and I think we can give that space for them to join us. Abdul Mawada, please, you are a panelist. Let us hear from you. Unmute yourself and let's get something from you. Thank you so much, Mada.
I think Dr. Abdul is off. So Professor Dr.
We have lost him. We have lost. Okay.
Yes.
Just to add, I've seen Anthony, Prof. Anthony is here with us, and Dr. Muhammad is with us. And just to also add, look at trying to reach COVID gap, and you are looking at a situation that the health personnel have been trained and have all the knowledge and skills to please, can somebody call Prof, please, mute yourself, please. Prof, please, you mute in that. So you have a scenario that there's a habit gap. So, Prof. Anthony, please mute yourself, please. Sorry. Okay, Prof. Go ahead. You have yourself. Mute yourself. Okay, I still have the floor. Thank you so much. I was addressing habit gap, that you are having a situation, a scenario that the health personnel has been trained and retrained. He has the knowledge and skill to deliver on immunization, outreach and fixed posts. And then you have a community that is not actively demanding for services. What will you do? You know, these are people that are not organized. They don't even know. Their failed deeds are not even defined. Not to talk of the decision you want to take to them. What do you do? Don't we consider issues like having a committee, organizing the communities, giving them, empowering them to actively seek for this, so that the job for the health worker may also be minimized or maybe reduced? That somebody is coming to ask you, oh, madam, oh, sir, I'm due for vaccination for today. That is why I've come. Give it to me. That can lead to reawakening, and then people that may also help to bridge the dropout rates and the demand side, gaps that we are also witnessing in the country. So just to say that we have a lot of things that we can do to make things work. So I will call on Emmanuel Musa. You can still give us you are 1 minute before Anu will take the floor. Thank you, Emmanuel.
So Dr. Antonio, if he has 1 or 2 things, let him just add up. I saw him trying to. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Thank you, Ima. Thank you, Ima. There's an assumption that we are thinking. We're always thinking that the health worker will accept the vaccine, but my colleagues in India were saying it doesn't work that way. So I want us to really look at the health worker, because as we look at the 100,000 doses that are coming, the sensitization of the health worker is critical. We need to sensitize our health workers, because if we are able to get them on, be able to talk to general. So please, this is to Dr. Ewart and all other colleagues that are on board. We need to start talking and talking to Felicia and all those who are talking about engagement. Engagement of the health worker is critical. We are taking it for granted that all the health workers will take the vaccine. No, that's not true. The colleagues from India just, I mean, when I was sharing with them over the weekend, and they were telling me that the health workers are saying they can't be used as guinea pig, and they say.
Wonderful, Prof. We are not underestimating that. I assure you that the bulk of hesitancy in this COVID vaccination is the health workers. That was why, when I said earlier that like it is a blessing that we are having a shift on death. It's going to give us time to even have a monkey survey among the frontline workers in the isolation centers and treatment centers. We also have a survey on politicians, top politicians, and top government functionaries. Let us do that within a week so that we not know. You'll be amazed that the majority of them will say no to the vaccine. So we don't have time, we don't have evidence, and we can go in there and engage them further. So I believe you, Prof, that you are absolutely right, and we are not letting things lying low here. Now I wish that the disease tests and of the country will be part of this, so that they will hear, they will feel the ideas that we are bringing up down, so that they can start preparing on time. That the health workers in this country, to be what I've seen, 4 out of 10 are not likely to accept. And it is good that we have a study and get it running. Thank you, Prof, for that suggestion.
Dr. Ewart.
Okay, Anu.
Dr. Ewart.
Yes, who is there? Felicia, you have to add something.
Dr. Ewart.
Yeah, Felicia, I'm hearing you.
As a writer, thank you. As a writer, Prof, there has been a lot of information out there that has to be disabused. People have prepared their minds, and at the community level, this information, it is the wrong information. Should be and more time to information dissemination. Languages. Maybe you're using theater. Look at your flyers. They already made up their mind as to what. Oh, America have said this. The white man even did not believe it. So we have a lot to do. Already people have prepared minds. Then as per I think we have to sit them down. Not that because they are health workers, we have to deploy every one of them. Some themselves doesn't even believe in this vaccine that is coming. I must be with what I have been hearing around. So we need to really disabuse their mind and really concentrate on the key messages to be delivered down the grassroots level, involving everybody, not health promotion officers alone. Everybody should be an advocate of to avoid vaccine hesitancy. Should be an advocate for the COVID vaccine. What is it? Collection. Thank you.
Imam Musa, unmute yourself and let's have.
Yes, I have gone through some of the charts, and where a lot have been agreeing that Mary Sampson, Samuel, Sule Ajasin, and all others, if you check at the chat box, it's just the same, similar. They're in the same position with what the Prof and Felicia had actually said. Now, I'm sure at the national level, sir, you that are always there, the communication pillar have a lot to do. It's not the issue of the vaccines. It's not the issue of bringing the vaccines, because you can bring the vaccines, another thing, people will not collect it. We know our country, we know how it functions, we know what they do. And most of these problems are coming in from the literate class, from the health workers, those that are knowledgeable, those are vast, they have known. We've seen a lot of videos and pamphlets being shared on radios, on TV. Even with the health workers, they still don't believe this. So this is actually an issue that we need to really sit and and sit down and understand. And that's why we at the Geneva Learning Foundation, we've been trained on the issue of how to deal about this vaccine hesitancy. We've had a lot of trainings with the Boost community, which is Sabine Institute, on how to deal with such issues. Now when we look at, the moment you are looking at it, the health, the national level need to look at and sit and look at what are the way forward. And then those are even at the state level or the regional level to equally look at and see what do we equally do. Because the issue is this, the communication needs to go down. There should be this community engagement at all levels. Sir. So that's just my point to add up. If you can look through the chat box, you have seen a lot of scholars that are equally commenting, and they are equally having the same and similar issues. Someone was sharing in a Telegram group today, the president of one of the countries on a Telegram group. So which means the same person in our own Geneva line is she's equally in line with what the president is saying. But even when we started discussion, I had to engage her into discussion. She said there's nothing she can do at her own level, that it is the president, there's a political, that somebody has given a political statement from the presidency. So who are you to change it? So you could see how people function. You could see how the dilemma we're into, sir. That's just my point, sir.
Thank you, Emmanuel Musa. You have done very well. We have seen on the chat box, many people are having issues with connectivity, and some people are praising our team, the panelists. You are doing a great job, and that is very fine. Just to add that the national risk communication document is already set, just as Emmanuel has observed, and all the executive secretaries of State Primary Health Care Board and FCT have been inducted into this, and the communication officers and health educators from the 36 states and FCT have also been sensitized. But what the important thing we are thinking about, that every state, including FCT, is taking this thing in their hands, because we have the modalities, the guidelines, the protocols to implement communication. And the bottom line is this: let us not join issues with rumor mongers, social media, misinformation. Let us present the facts. We present the facts. I mean, that is the basis of what we are doing. Let us move beyond sensitization to mobilization, giving appropriate information to the communities, to individuals, families, and communities, to know what to do to ensure that the acceptance of vaccination, particularly COVID-19 vaccination, is having a very wide scope, and we achieve the target for the country, which is 70%, about 150 million people are expected to be vaccinated by 2022, end 2022. This year, 40%, but I know we can do better. We are guided by the fact that 70% population coverage can give us that without any immunity to protect the residents against the scourge of the SARS-CoV-2. So having said that, I've seen Ado Umar joining the panel. Taiwo, Ambassador Aminu Mohammed, you are welcome, my good brother and friend. Taiwo Abawa Muhammad is also here. Please, can we have Muhammad unmute himself and then make contribution onto this platform? We have 92 attendees now. Thank you so much. You have the floor. Yes, the audio we are getting. Hello, Mohammed. Mohammed is having some. Give him a little. While Ado Umar Adamu will prepare to have the floor next after.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Am I here? Am I?
Oh, Mohammed, sorry, your audio is poor. So Adamu is having the floor now. Adamu, please unmute yourself and have the floor. Thank you, Adamu. We are hearing you very clear, and your video is smart. Thank you, Adamu.
Hello.
Very, very audible.
That's very nice, sir. The same. Okay, sir. Okay. Hello, everyone. Very glad to be here with all of you. As my Friend just finished saying that what the task ahead of us will be how to, sell this commodity, the vaccination. There is this issue, honestly, which we cannot overdo with it. Many rumors, especially in the WhatsApp, in the social media. So this could be a hindrance to, telling the there is need, honestly, to call the attention of these doctors, this that the marketing this our.
Adamu, wonderful insights there. It is very true, and just as we agreed, we are not joining issues with rumor mongers. We are not joining issues with people that are parading false information. We are looking at the situation that how do we congeal our facts and put the facts out there to the people who did the most. And by so doing, they have the knowledge, they have the power that they can now sieve from the gamut of false information, fake news, and all kind of stuff, even from our colleagues. This is very, very bad. So we are going to prepare ourselves. So every state, we must now engage our partners and do the needful to expand the scope of our reach. So thank you so much. And
we need to leave. They say we should leave. That we should move back to the stage.
Let us it us, please. Okay. Adu, please say hello to us. Then after that, Muhammad will also say hello. Thank you. Adu, unmute yourself. You have.
Thank you so much, Dr. Iwo, Dr. Emmanuel Musa, and all the participants from Nigeria. We really say a big thank you to you for being part of this conversation. And just to add up to what the various speakers have said, is that Nigeria really has a very long way to go. We need to ensure that the hesitancy, the rejection, is actually well addressed. And how do we go about that? I alluded to various suggestions being made. I think one thing we need to do more better is that we need to start listening to people. We need to start listening to the concerns of people. We need to take what are their issues and practically address them, not just telling them what we want them to hear. People have lost trust in government, in a lot of things over time. So we need to build up trust by listening to them, by engaging them, by making them to understand that this is not about, what the people that are giving us funding, like the Gavi, the development countries are telling us, that to tell them that what we are telling them, that this is actually what we need to hear and speak, to what we need to say and hear and do as a people. So I think on that note, I want to say we have a long way to go, and together we can achieve more. Together we can get Nigeria to be better. And I want to say a big thank you to all the scholars. And if you are not yet a scholar, please watch out for the courses that are coming up and join us, and let's make immunization coverage in Nigeria much better than what it is. Thank you, Dr. Iwo. Thank you, everyone, for your.
Thank you, Anu. Thank you so much for that. Build trust, build trust, build trust. You have to build trust and move on. Ambassador, unmute yourself, and then you have the floor. 1 minute.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ewart and team. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can
Thank
hear
you
you.
very much. I'm so happy to be part of this team at the right time. I think all the speakers are in line with what is expected. But what I will advise is that we need to be very, very proactive in understanding the scenarios. Planning is the most important. If we don't plan, then we are planning to fail. At the beginning, if we carry our minds to the people that are making noise and saying all sorts of things without actually integrating the communities, these are things that are coming from the social media. We should understand that only 30% of our communities are accessing the social media in terms of reach and understanding. There are people that have mobile phones and they hardly read and write to the level of understanding what is going on the social media. So that literacy carries less than 40% of Nigerian population. The bulk number of communities need to be reached. So at this stage, it is the right time for us to go down to the communities and plan together with them. The local malams within the areas that are in our communities need to understand why we are coming to them with vaccines. The local people in the communities, the Fulanis, the nomadic, everybody have the right. So we need to identify these stakeholders, engage them right from the planning stage, not just coming to say we have vaccines and we go to them when we have vaccines. No, this is a problem that we need to address. In so many places, the primary healthcare workers are there working in the communities, but they don't have good relationship with those community members. So we need to empower our PHC staff at the local level to understand that there is need for them to carry the communities along. That is the only way we can succeed. Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Ewart. Thank you, Ado, Umar. I can see Emmanuel, Musa, and others. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ambassador Abinu. Thank you so much. We are engaging communities. We are going out there, and this our session is about to be rounded off. I want to invite all the partners in FCT that next week we are having partners coordination so that we can reach out to the communities that need our services most. Emmanuel Musa, thank you for being here. Ado, Umar, you are a wonderful man. God bless you. Your ideas have been taken and documented. Now I wish we can even go out now and meet ourselves. So thank you, Ambassador Anu, and all the other panelists that have done so well. The scholar team in Nigeria is strong. We have a very strong base and strong connection with the national team so that we can influence and advise on policies and guidelines that can drive the processes in the sub-national level, particularly at the operations in the field. That is what we want. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.